The New York Giants just found a massive advantage against the Eagles this week. Let's talk about it. My name's Paul. This is Big Apple Sports. Tune in every day for the latest Giants news and analysis. If you're a fan of Giants football, this is the channel for you. So don't miss out. Take just a quick second, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Got a lot more Giants content coming. And I have not one, not two, but three different reasons I think the Giants have a chance this week. And you know what? I'm not crazy. I know they're a big underdog. I know, I'm well aware. I'm not saying I think they're going to win. But there's three things I really like coming into this week that I think they could keep it close. And you know what? Thursday night football, it's weird. Weird things happen. You never know. Giants at home. They beat the Chargers. That's a solid team. But stick around for all three of the reasons why I think the Giants have a chance this week. Reason number one, it sounds like Landon Dickerson is not going to play this week. He is one of the best guards in the NFL. It's possible the Giants get the Eagles again in 2 weeks. It's possible he misses both of those games. When you got Sexy Dexy and Abdul Carter and Kayvon Thibodeau coming out on the line, obviously the Eagles are going to need all hands on deck to stop those guys. So it is a good thing. Not cheering injuries. Sorry for Dickerson. Hope he gets healthy after these two Giants games. But it's a great thing for the Giants to not have to face him. Hopefully their defensive line can overpower what is usually a really big strength for the Eagles, and the defense can hold up a little bit. Next bit of good news, I've talked about this already, but just wanted to reiterate it. The Eagles are going to be without their best pass rusher, Nolan Smith. It's huge for multiple reasons. For one, obviously, we know the Giants' O-line definitely better since Andrew Thomas came back, but still not really a strength on the team. And obviously, you want to protect Jackson Dart. And then another thing is Nolan Smith is easily their fastest guy. He's probably the only guy on the team who I think can chase down Dart when he's trying to roll out of the pocket. So it's going to be huge not to have him out there. And same as Landon Dickerson, probably even more likely than Landon Dickerson. Actually, I think guaranteed he's on IR. The Giants aren't going to have to face him either time. And then they're also going to be without one of their corners, Jacorian Bennett, in this game. So that should help as well. And then the next bit of good news is I feel like the way the Giants match up with the Eagles' defense should work in the Giants' favor. If you watch this Giants game this past Sunday, my condolences to you. First off, it was an ugly game. But truthfully, the Giants easily could have won this. They lost it because of the turnovers. And some of them were just complete freak things that you're not going to see again. Scadaboo doesn't have a fumble problem. That fumble 6 for the Saints really just put the nail in the coffin for the Giants. Jackson Dart's fumble was weird. His interception where Bo Collins quit on the play is not going to happen most games. Just weird things. Giants easily could have won this game, but I think we all felt like the biggest problem after this week was the receivers just were not good enough. You look at their box score here, 130-ish of the Giants' yards, of Jackson Dart's 200 passing yards, went to tight ends or running backs. And then obviously Scadaboo was a beast on the ground, and Jackson Dart as well was super important in the ground game. And if you look at some of the Eagles games this year, that's kind of how they've been attacked. Pulling up Broncos Eagles from last week. Bo Nix had some big runs, finished with 22 rushing yards. But then you saw Evan Ingram, I know familiar name for Giants fans. I know 4 for 33 and a touchdown doesn't look like a massive game. But that's his best game of the year. He had one game, he only had one catch for 12 yards. they haven't been throwing to their tight ends very much, but that changed against the Eagles. Maybe they saw something in the defense they liked. And then R.J. Harvey and J.K. Dobbins as well contributed 4 catches. You go back to their Bucks game from 2 weeks ago, and you see Bucky Irving and Rachaad White combined went for 9 catches for over 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. So once again, a lot of passes to the running backs. And then you go back to the Chiefs game from a few weeks ago, and you see a lot of their ground game was Patrick Mahomes, 7 for 66 and a touchdown. And then you see Travis Kelce had one of his bigger games on the year and was probably the biggest part, not probably, definitely the biggest part of their passing offense. Like I said, I think that fits perfectly for what the Giants are going to want to do this week and what they're capable of doing this week. Last week, they had a lot of success throwing it, like with Bellinger and Theo Johnson out there, throwing it to those 2 guys, throwing it in the flats to Scadaboo. I wouldn't mind seeing some Thomas Fidone this week. I know he's a rookie. Maybe they don't trust him blocking quite as much as these other guys yet, but I think he can be a good, especially red zone threat. And then, when you got 2 tight ends, you got Scadaboo, you got Dart, 2 guys who can run the football very well. I think you can mix like a really nice run-pass option, and then you have 2 wide receivers there. I don't feel like there's any reason to see a receiver besides Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton on the field this week. Jalen Hyatt looked like a waste of snaps last week, and so did Bo Collins. And then hopefully as well, I know Tyrone Tracy was limited in practice this week. I would love to see him play in this game. I haven't been super impressed with Devin Singletary. I do think while Cam Scadaboo is great, he's not nearly as like elusive or as much of a big play threat as Tyrone Tracy is. I think the 2 of them can kind of have a thunder and lightning kind of thing going on. So I'd love to see Tyrone Tracy back this week. And then even if, like, I do expect the tight ends and the running backs are going to get probably 2/3 of the receiving yards, but despite that, we need more, especially out of Wan'Dale Robinson this week. I think he went 5 for 30 I saw last week. And then Darius Slayton, he hasn't been practicing. If he doesn't play, my goodness, let's just 3 tight ends, maybe run the I formation, the wing T, something. You can't have Jalen Hyatt and Bo Collins as your wide receiver 2 and 3 in that game. I don't know what they're going to do if Slayton's out. But Giants fans, give me your predictions. What do you think is going to happen against the Eagles? I think Giants are a 7.5-point dog last I saw. I think they're going to cover. I think, Thursday night football's weird. Like I said, I think they match up well. Eagles have some injuries. I think they keep it close. Jalen Hurts, he's clutch. It's going to be hard to pull it out, but I think they cover, make it maybe like a 24-21 type of game or something like that. But give me your takes in the comments, predictions, who you think is going to have a big game, what you like or don't like about this matchup, and then don't forget, just like and subscribe on the way out.